Hi, I'm Dr. Dayna Locitzer. I'm a large animal veterinarian in Chesterfield, New Hampshire. I work at Green Mountain Bovine and Equine Clinic, where we work on cows, goats, sheep, horses, and alpacas. Lots of variety, and that's what I love about it. I just became a veterinarian in May, and I decided to be a veterinarian after working on dairy farms and being really focused on the health care of the animals, and also really enjoying working on farms. So I figured I could do both of those things on a regular basis by becoming a veterinarian. It was long, 4 years of vet school, but now I realize it's very rewarding. What I love about my job is that I get to work with farmers every single day, and I get to work with their animals every single day. And I get to help them solve problems that both make the animals healthier and happier and make the farmers' businesses work. A typical day for me starts out going to a dairy farm. Dairy farms have their veterinarian out on a regular basis to make sure their cows are healthy and that they are continuing to be productive. Now, in order for a cow to produce milk, she needs to have a baby. And in order for that to happen, we need to check that she is pregnant. And so that's what I do on a regular basis for these farms, as well as make sure that the babies that were just born are happy and healthy. And so I'll show you a little bit later about how we check for pregnancies in cows. After the morning is over and I have finished on the dairy farm, I typically spend the afternoons going around to different people's houses and helping them take care of their goats or their sheep or their alpacas. And whether that's for regular vaccinations, regular deworming, or if there's a sick animal. So that is typically my day, and I drive around in a truck that has all of my equipment in it. So as you can see, behind me is medications, and my medications are all in my truck. And so whatever the farmers need or whatever the owners need, I typically can have in my truck. So what I would recommend, if you want to become a veterinarian, you have to work really, really hard. And you have to be really good at science and really love science. You also need to love animals, of course, that's a given. But something that people don't realize is you also need to really like to talk to people. And that's because there's always an owner, always a person attached to each animal. And it's really important to be able to communicate with them well how to take care of their animals. And with that, you have to really love teaching because you're teaching them how to take care of their animals. Like I said, you also have to really love science because we learn all the ins and outs of what make an animal work. And you have to be okay with unpredictability. You never know who's going to call up and say their animal's sick, or you never know where you're going to end up in a day. You also have to really love the outdoors, rain or shine, cold or hot. You work in all conditions, and you learn to really love toe warmers and hand warmers. Those come in really handy in cold horse barns in the winter. Now I'm going to give you a demonstration on some of the things I do at work every day. Alrighty, so I have some really adorable Nigerian dwarf goats. We have Wally and Atari, giving them treats, and they are going to be I'm going to demonstrate something on them. So remember how I told you guys that I pregnancy check the cows by checking their uterus with an ultrasound? Well, what I do for that is I have to go up their butts with the ultrasound and check their uterus from their rectum. And I use these handy dandy gloves so I can go all the way up to here into their bums with my ultrasound. And so this is my ultrasound right here. So what I'll do is I'll have this strapped to my wrist like this. And then I have a little pouch that my ultrasound sits on. And then I put this in my hand and I stick it all the way up, and then I look at my screen to see if they're pregnant or not. So that's how it works with cows. With goats, we don't have to do that, so Atari and Wally don't have to worry. But I will show you what we do on goats. So come on over here, girls. Oh, yes, you guys are both girls. Come here. Come here. Oh. they think I'm gonna use the rectal sleeve on them. Oh, it's okay. So, what we do is, I'm gonna turn this on, and I put some lubrication on the probe. It helps us see. Oh, this doesn't work. And I'm gonna scan them right here, like this, and this is where you look for a goat. She is not pregnant. You're okay.
It's all right, Wally.
But I would also like to demonstrate to you guys what I often do on goats, which is a physical exam. So, though she is very upset right now, what I'm doing is not hurting her. So, what I do first is check their eyes. And that makes me know, that gives me a clue as to whether they have internal parasites or not. Then, I check their ears and their face to see if they're symmetrical. She's symmetrical. Then, I use my stethoscope to listen to her heart. Very strong. And then I listen to her lungs. She's got nice clear lungs. And then after that, I listen to their rumens. So I just checked her rumen, and what's pretty cool about ruminants is that they have 4 chambers of their stomach. And the rumen is the most important chamber. And that chamber is sort of the engine that keeps them going, and it digests all of their food for them. It helps them, it's why they're able to eat grass. And so when their rumens aren't working, they're not working. So her rumen is working really good. All right, so that is what it's like to be a veterinarian. You got to know what I do on a daily basis, and you got to see some of the tools I use. I hope I was a little bit inspiring. Thank you.